Yes, people, welcome back to another video. Tonight, I've got Lauren with us, and good evening to Lotta.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Just absolutely gutted I cannot go Italy tomorrow because I was really looking forward to it. But I get a lot of tweets saying it's for the best. One of them said that just live a little and just go for it, and then I get people saying I've done the right thing, not to go. But I only paid £36 for the return flight, you know.
Yeah,
And
I'd love to go. I've never been.
I would as well. You're a 5-day break in Milan, but unfortunately, I just can't afford. And it is what it is. And they're actually stopping people from flying. It's just a disgrace, but that's just for another day. So if you do like my videos, and can you please hit the like button? Please subscribe if you are new. And also, if you've got any questions for Lauren, then please fire away. So yeah, Lauren, we got our first win of the season and against Burnley. And what a relief. How do you feel?
Do you know what? I was in two minds. I thought if we lost that game, I thought we're in trouble, just judging by the fixtures that we've got coming up. But we won, but also other results for the first time went our way. And then when you watch Match of Day, and we're only like 2 or 3 points off 15th, 14th, 30th. You know what I mean? It's a lot more promising. Then obviously Leicester players have got players out. And I don't know, I've looked at the fixtures and I actually think we'll get something against Everton and we'll get something against Leicester. And if we do, we then get to January, and obviously, as long as we buy well, I'm quite confident. I'm actually confident that we're going to stay up now, and I wasn't.
We're going to have to create history, Lauren, if we are going to stay up, because no team that's not the
wants
first
to be on.
Bless. No one having no one having stayed up, not winning the first 14 games and then having to stay up. And I tell you what, if Newcastle does that, we can create history on that sort of thing, and Eddie Howe can make that one happen.
Do you know what? Every single player looks different. I mean, players that I had a massive problem with at the beginning of the season, Lascelles, Joe Linton. I was his biggest critic, right? I wanted him gone. And you know what? Shelby, I thought he was lazy. I thought he was shite. I wanted rid of him. They've all come good. All of them have. And I think Eddie Howe's been making the right decisions, like with who he's been putting on. Like, first match, I think he was just testing them up, but like having like Shaw and all that, and again now and all that, it's a better team and they're playing much better. And to be fair, probably they should have been playing a lot better before now, and they weren't because of Bruce. But I think a lot of them's fighting for their place now because they know come January and next season, probably half of them will be away, let's be honest, if we can get rid. But they just look like a better team. Fitter, they look fitter. I mean, which is ridiculous when it's their full-time job to be fit and that's all they need to do. But they actually look fitter. They look prepared. So, yeah, I'm happy with them at the minute.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, the fact of the matter is, I've done, we work people today. I was working in a company, right? And the guys been fantastic rulers. And they're saying that Steve Bruce has done a wonderful job. He's got us 12-13. And a lot of debate. Come and say, John, Steve Bruce, last 2 seasons, got us 12 and 13. Yeah, he has done a wonderful job.
He didn't. Willock did. Willock's run at the end of last season, and to be fair, I think he hasn't. Of all the people I think's improved, he hasn't. But it wasn't Steve Bruce who got us that end of the season. It was Willock when he went on that little run. But yeah, like you can just see the difference.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, Willock made a huge difference for us. Sort of, he's come in, got us 8 goals in 14, and like now kept up. And not only that, the team's the lowest lower. They haven't been good enough. It's as simple as that. And I have to say to people and say, look, have you watched this player? Have you seen the way he's playing players out of position? Have you watched him in Gallon beat? Have you saw when got us lost winners in the first 7 games? So he got stats.
We had the worst stats of everything. The worst passes, the worst tackles, the worst shots on target. I don't know how anyone can sit there because you can't argue with facts and stats. So the stats were we had the worst stats of everyone. And a lot of people say, oh, but he got you to finish where Rafa did. He sent that team backwards compared to what Rafa had. Jesus Christ, everyone regressed. Where now, they're actually starting to. I mean, Joe Linton, I can't get over him at the minute. I used to be his biggest critic. And you know what? I seen a thing the other day for who do you want to be player of the year? And a lot of obviously people go for St. Maxim, and I wouldn't this time round. I think if anything, Steve Bruce played the team round him and made it all about him, where now he has to play in a team.
Yeah.
But I think Joe Linton deserves that.
Yeah, man.
What a difference a bit of confidence makes. Do you know what I mean?
200%. I mean, this guy, he's playing like a player that has won 30 national caps of Brazil. It seems like that, doesn't it?
I mean, he did fluff a few chances. I mean, it's still a few where you think, oh, well, that was a fucking sitter. Do you know what I mean? Like, you should have put that away. But for what he does when he's off the ball, and he's even like, I watched the game the other day and he was shouting at people, come on, get forward. And you didn't get that at the beginning of the season. He was a shadow of him for myself. And I, honestly, like, out of all the people, I'm buzzing for him to be like that.
Yeah, totally agree. He continues. I hope he keeps them going. I've got some comments, but I've got John King said, evening Al, evening to John, hope you're okay. Evening, guys, that's for Leeds fans, Jake. And I've also got Mughal as well, even to my guy, hope you're okay. And thanks for the comment, by the way. From that, I did a comment about clubs I want to do business in Newcastle. I'll comment that one in a bit. Really don't know how to call this one as neutral. Going against Burnley, but not early days. So Leicester are all over the place form-wise. Anything's possible. They lost to Napoli today.
You know what? We won Leicester last season, right? When they were in really good form. And they've got a lot of problems at the minute with like injuries and stuff like that. So I actually think we will get something against them this game. I actually do, because we're playing attacking football now. We're not going for the draw, and we're not going 1-0 down or sitting back, or we'll actually keep attacking all game. So actually, I'm quite confident. And if we get 4 points over between now and January, I think I'll be happy with that. Just based on the run of games.
Yeah, I totally agree there. I totally agree 100% there, because we watched up this season. You know what? If I said to myself, I'd take 17 all day long this season, any time, I'd just have I would have an elite attitude, you know what I mean? But this season, on this occasion, I just want to stay up the season, do you know what I mean? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I think our season will be defined in January by who we get, because I think if we buy well, we could break into top 10. Like, we could. We're not that far away from it now, and top 10 would be ideal, wouldn't it? In a cup run, and a lot of people say, "Oh, we want to win the league." If we got top 10 this season, rid of Ashley, rid of Bruce, and we had a decent cup run, we would be absolutely over the moon with that. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what it is, Lauren? I totally agree with you. If you can get top 10 in the cup run, I totally agree with you. But when we get top 10 this season, it's going to be tough at this moment in time. I mean, one game at a time. I'd take
top 10 and the signs are gone and the windows have been washed. Happy days.
Yeah, happy days, baby. Happy days. Love it. I got my guy Dublin. Hi, what's the crack? Probably best not to travel on me. It looks what happened with me. Yeah, I have to agree. I just can't do it now. I just cannot be asked to do another COVID test in Italy in case I get tested positive there. I think we might even get a result against Man U. You never know. Andy, my guy, Andy Edenworth. We are a new club, fitness, I believe, under Howe. You are staying up, devil. Yeah, had to be. Worst fitness? Fair enough. Let's go quickly for the next topic. How true are we okay, mate? Thanks for asking, my guy. And if I say hi to everybody else. And just flying through here. I've got my guy, Cole. Leicester's plays out of COVID and just had a bad evening. 2 losses on the bounce. Make it 3 on Sunday. And I've got everybody from James. James, big up to you, my guy. Hope you're okay. And Leicester do not look good this season. If Villa can beat them, so can we. We got to start well and score first. Joe Linton, it's like a new signing. He might fluff some chances. He just mentioned that, Loza, but he's not a centre forward. Something Bruce failed to realise. That's a good point, Nat. That's a very good point. What's your take on that?
Yeah. I still think for the money that he's being paid, and even anywhere, you know what? Midfield onwards should be getting at least, if you're a decent team, 10 goals. You shouldn't just be relying on Wilson or ASM. Joe Linton should be giving us up to 10 goals a season, regardless of whether he plays on the wing or whatever. Like, he should be contributing more, and the chances that he has had, some of them have been proper sitters, and you think, oh, bloody hell, away, man. But, you know, we just need to the position we're in, the difference of 4 or 5 goals is the difference of 2 or 3 points. You know what I mean? Where we don't want to look back and have lost games or drew games where we could have won them with a couple of just a few goals. You know what I mean? Like, he needs to sharpen up at that end, I think. But
yeah. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I thought that's a good comment there, by the way. And I got Chulos as well. Will be agreed to have a Yeboah-like player, Tony Yeboah, going back in the year. And I've got this game's going to Joe. That's from Seattle, United fan. And if I just don't get that up quickly, it's jumped so quickly, my comments, by the way. So go and comment to somebody. That's it. Now we're on a roll. I'll take a point, by the way.
yeah, Jan, I would take a point, yeah.
Yeah, and me too. Jan, new defence, but my first signing is Cordy, then he start flying up the league. If we are going to get Cordy, I mean, that'd be great. But I don't think Wolves is selling to us. I really don't. If we get better, it's been a month. Ollie, we used to do at the King Power Stadium. Last time we did, the season before that, we got absolutely mullered 5-0. Remember that? The man Lalo has interviewed in another Toon live stream. The man is a legend and should come back to help the youth team and the first team. Whose channel was he on, by the way? I don't know. Got an ASIF. The key is to stay in touch with fourth bottom. The other teams aren't winning, and Leeds have a worse run of games. I think Leeds are bounced right now. They've got Patrick Bamford there. Miggy and Willock should be contributing more goals than.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what's happened at Willock. Like the last, I don't know. Like he's not. It's always second season syndrome, isn't it? Like we've done it with a few where we've had people on loan and then we've bought them and they've fucking sunk like a ship. I would like to think that he'll come good, but I mean, people are easy criticising, but a lot of Arsenal fans, if you look at those, say there's a reason that we let him go. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. If he was on the ball every season, guaranteed, they wouldn't have let him go. Do you know what I mean? So I would like to think that he would come good for this season, but so far, not like what he was last season. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely not. But he'll come back it'll be good. He'll come back good, and he does, because at the end of the day, that's a lot of money to fork out for £25 million. And I get people coming up to us and say, it's another Kennedy. Let's be real.
I loved him, yeah.
Yeah. Let's say Kennedy the better. I've got home as well. Sorry, Lauren. We don't get the results. We have the last 4 games without Jordan in our side putting in the work he has.
Oh no, I agree, but I just think if he'd been a little bit sharper, we'd have picked up a couple of more goals here and there, like a few of the. But yeah, I mean, like I say, like I used to be his biggest criticism, but now, hand on heart, like he's one of my favourite players, like, and I love to see someone building in confidence. I hope he gets a little bit sharper.
Yeah, totally agree. And let Sharper score some goals as well. I totally agree there, 100%. And he does that. He'll be a fantastic player, sort of thing. But he needs to do more. A tough December, but we would have those teams out the way. That's fair enough. Lolo was on the Mason Greenwood show. Yeah, thanks so much for that. And Big Joe has been playing well for a while. Made a massive difference when he came on as a sub, taking flack over other players' bad performance. It was easy to blame him, but he's been class recently.
Yeah, I agree.
You need to change Willock to a lone player again and see what happens. It'd be nice though, wouldn't it?
We do it every time, don't we? We get someone on loan and we think, oh, these are the one, and then that's the next season. We're like, bloody hell. But yeah.
Absolutely. I got Lamana interview on Newcastle Fans TV. Jake, we stay up. Joe Linton is more on CDM. Do you think he's more of a CDM or central midfield, that sort of thing?
I don't know. I'll let you answer that.
It's a hard one. That's down to Eddie Howe, by the way, and Eddie will probably answer that one there.
I don't know how many players. I mean, what are we allowed in January? What are we? Or do we have to get rid before we get more? And if that's the case, if it's based on us getting rid, no one's came in for any of these players before. So,
No,
do you know what I mean?
I hate to say it, I don't think they will do because it just haven't been good enough. You know what I mean? And if he were that good, I'd probably go for ASM if he's available. But I can't see ASM going. He's just not a finishing article for me. You know what I mean? I think he's getting a little bit frustrated because he's not the main man at the club anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was strange because he came out and he backed Bruce, and I thought, why would you back him when he's so like he will hold you back getting into the French team, like he will. And then, but I think it's because Bruce basically let him do whatever he wanted, turn up to training when he wanted, base it all around him. Where now he's going to be a team player, and I don't think it suits him. And if you look back at some of the criticism he's had from other managers, they've all said the same thing, that he thinks the world should revolve around him, and that's not how Eddie Howe plays. He plays as a team moving forward. So, yeah, I don't know. See what he's like the rest of the season, but
Totally agree. I think Joe Linton could be an attacking midfielder if his finishing improves us and John. And actually, let's play Linton in midfield. Everyone's saying he's playing in midfield. Play him in midfield, you know.
Yeah.
John is more than driving forward. He's played a high press system at Hoffenheim, and I've yet to see him press more. We can have 100 players in the club, just 25 active, isn't it? Yeah, that's true. And
surely Dwight Gale's going to get moved on now. I mean, he's not been on once a season. Like, so what's the point? You might as well if you're not going to play someone, get rid. I mean, I remember years ago we got offered, I think it was 25 million off Leeds when they were in the Championship, and we said no. And look, you know what it is, like we only give him another contract because we couldn't get anyone else. So I think a few of them need to be moved on. The long staffs as well.
Yeah, we need to get rid of the Deadwood now, sort of thing, at Newcastle to make room for quality players, sort of thing. And you've got players like Jesse Lingard is interested. Would you take Jesse Lingard?
I'd love him. Oh, I would, yeah. I don't understand why West Ham didn't have him. I don't know what went on there because he was excellent for them. But yeah, I'd snap your hands off for someone like him.
Yeah, me too. People say he's 29 next week, but I tell you something, he is a terrific player. He'll improve that team, I think, and he's got.
Who would you get rid of from the back? Clark.
Kieran Clark. Yeah, listen, this guy, I'm going to be real. He's an absolute waster at the back, and he's never been picked. I mean, people say that, don't pick on Eddie Howe, sort of picking him, sort of thing. But I love Eddie Howe will do good things. I love him already, but he will get noted on that sort of thing. If I did a player ratings that day, right, and I didn't because I didn't get a chance to do it. Eddie would be marked up on that sort of thing for picking Kieran Clark thing. Yeah. I would give him a 5 out of 10 that day sort of thing. But yeah, the player's done really, really well. And Kieran Clark would have got a 0, no doubt about it. And I just got to be honest with people sort of thing. And we've got to be honest and say how it like it is, which I think is truthful. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of our fan base off late, I mean, before when the Steve Booth saying, "No, don't be negative. You're not being negative," sort of thing, or trust the process as well. I'm not even allowed to say that. But listen, at the end of the day, I'm not being funny, but these players are not good enough. Newcastle United. And who would you get rid of from the back and front if you had to pick for a position? I think we've gone through that. And don't we have 4 keepers in a 25-man squad we need to get rid of? We need to get rid of Freddie Woodman. We need to get rid of Gillespie. Guess we're not coming.
Darlow,
Darlow can go as well.
So frustrating, isn't he? I think he came because he was part of the deal with Lascelles, wasn't he, when we got him from Forest or wherever it was? But God, when you look at some of the stuff he's done this season, you think he's just cost us 2 points. You've cost us 3 points there. He should be a lot better now. He's had enough experience now. Do you know what I mean?
I do. Not good enough for Newcastle. Let's be real. Gillespie, Kraft, Cafu, Swedish Cafu that people are seeing. You know, Clark, Henrik. They can go. They can all go. But obviously, I think Eddie Howe likes some Kraft anyway. The Swedish Cafu, I heard people crying. And when they're trying to get this guy, but they got him, people saying the Swedish Cafu, there's only one Cafu. It was never going to be Cafu. Never in a million years. And Gill, Darlow and Clark, where we saw the Championship clubs correctly and quite rightly so. And I got Clark and Dummett, and Dolly needs to go. Dummett, I will not let him go. Dummett will do a job for Newcastle.
Nah, I would let him go. I would.
Fair enough. Good evening, Gary. I'll be your key mate, and I'll be doing the watch along on Sunday now. I'm not off to Italy. Ashley didn't spend. We can spend full 200 million if you like. Cody Lingard, let's go. Excuse me. I want to come on to this bit here. I mean, Sean, West Ham couldn't reach agreement with Lingard's wage demands. I mean, to start off, get rid of, and finally, Chesmere, Jules, how's it, mate? You know, buddy, absolutely fantastic. I want to talk about, and I did a clip as well about clubs. Premier League clubs do not want to do business with Newcastle United. I mean, I don't know if you saw that in the. I mean, they're quite saying, did you not want to do business with Newcastle United because we've got to take over? What's your take on that one, Laura? And do you think the Premier League can change are being childish over this?
I mean, there'll be people still want to do business with us because they'll be adding extra couple of zeros on. And the ones that don't, just note it down, and then when we get someone decent in a couple of years and they want them, tell them to fuck off. Basically, like, don't do business with them. I mean, there's other leagues. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I genuinely don't think people will have an issue. Some like Tottenham will, but no one wants to do it now with Daniel Levy. But I think the rest of them, I don't think they will. I think people will sell to us and charge more than what they would charge someone else. But I don't think they'll have an issue.
Yeah, you know what it is, right? I mean, in my opinion, I did a content the other day, and about my opinion. So if you check it out, so if you haven't checked out my content regarding this, please check it out on the content. And it's just very passionate. And in my opinion, I'm not going to lie, but I think the agents will just say, you know what? If you don't let me play a go, I'm going to tell my player, the client, don't play for your club ever again because you're acting pathetic. If they want to buy SM, for example, or Debaka, we tell them to get stuff. We don't do business with us. And you got the audacity to come to us and say, "You want one of our players?" I tell them off. I really would.
Yeah.
And
at the end of the day, it's up to the player. If they want to come, they'll come. These contracts that people have in place and whatever, right? If the player wants to leave, they'll leave. So,
well said.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. We'll probably have to pay extra than anyone else will, but that'll not matter. Richest club in the world. Do you know what I mean?
We are. Let's do it. And by the way, guys, donations are open if you want to donate to the Me channel. If you do, if you don't have to, you don't want to, but it would be fantastic if you could. If not, not a problem. So we need young, hungry players in defence. The ones we have now is geriatric. That means getting a bit older, sort of thing. Would you take James Tarkowski from Burnley? James, I'd love to take him from Burnley. He didn't have a good game against us, I'm not going to lie. But at the end of the day, Sean Dash is like the perfect player. He's going absolutely nowhere. And Ben Mee, we can forget about him as well. He's Burnley's club captain. So they will not be leaving anytime soon until the end of the season. Willock, as we nursing an injury, he seems to be wearing something over one of his feet in the team pick after the match. So, yeah, listen, at the end of the day, I mean, it could be that, Laura. It could be having an injury sort of thing, you know what I mean? If he is injured, I wouldn't play him until he gets that sort of thing, you know what I mean? So, and I'll keep Dummett too, as long as he's back up for Melendez and Shire while we build and not ahead of Lewis at left back. Jamal Lewis, what do you think of Jamal Lewis? How do you think he played on Saturday?
Yeah, I think he's good. I would like to see him more. I hope everyone who's sort of got a start, everyone on the team on Saturday, I hope they all automatically get in this team for Leicester. And I hope they all get another goal, but I'd like to see more of them.
Yeah, I do as well, sort of thing. I really do as well. I got John, so I got on sale. I would love to beat Tottenham, where we have a strengthened team and rubbing Dan Levy's face. We had that opportunity. Didn't we? When Amanda and new ones came in, we had our chance. We just didn't take it. We were
I seen something in the paper today that Conte is whinging about something in the fixtures and injuries and sickness. We're all in the same boat. We've all got injuries. We've all got the same schedule. We've all got to play each other. We've all got COVID-like issues. So they just, I think him and Klopp, all they do is whinge and blame other people. I hate to say it, so negative. Never say that from anyhow. You know what I mean? Just crack on.
Well said. And you know what it is, so Eddie Howe sort of thing. This guy comes in sort of thing, and he gets the city, he gets the fans, he's interacting with the support as well. Apparently, he went to Gosforth for Jason Trindle and his assistants link with the fans. Apparently, I could be wrong on that. That is true. That is amazing. Big up to Eddie.
Did he manage to get past Adam P at the gate? Like
Adam who? Adam P.
Adam P. Did he manage to get past him?
Yeah, oh man. I'll tell you, I met Adam Pearson, by the way. Adam P. I think he's a great guy. I mean, this guy is getting a lot of stick for what he's doing. What he's done is fantastic, in my opinion, sort of thing. Yeah, but listen, at the end of the day, if that's all he wants to do, full-time YouTuber, big up to him, man. Because I've done a clip of him as well, and I tell you what, I mean, he is a fantastic guy. Adam, if you listen to him, my guy, just even to you. And happy birthday today. And also, you just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? You're doing a fantastic job. And he's doing it for us. You know what I mean? If I was to use time YouTube, I'd do exactly the same. I've got Samuel J. Money talks, players will come. And he's like, so I forgot to say good evening, Laura, as well. And Kai saying good evening to you, by the way. How kind. And Carl, anyone is for sale for the right money, but they just do not want to do business with Newcastle United. And I can guarantee you now, they will not win. I've got Charles, thanks for your donation, my guy. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to, but thank you very much indeed. And it's all about good content sort of thing as well. And I really appreciate that, Charles. He's a fantastic lad. Thank you very much indeed for that. Money talks. We already have 3 mafia clubs in the Prem, and nobody says we have boxing in Dubai. What's your take on this as well? They have like Grand Prix, they have Coppa Italia as well.
I just think that it's been and done now. It's not going to change, and I think the more we talk about it, the more it brings it up. If we just stop responding to the questions and stop, what do you think of this in Saudi Arabia and stuff like that, then it'll go away. I mean, like, I've seen do you know what? It's strange because I've seen a lot of I'm gay, right? But I've seen a lot of the gay fans booting off about them, and I think, how way, man? You're making a mountain out of a molehill yourself. You're wanting to be offended. You know what? They've not come over and said, right, we don't want anyone, not married. We don't want anyone gay in the city. Like, they've not done that. They're embracing our culture as well. So I just think, get over it. It is what it is. If you were that offended by anything to do with them, you wouldn't have Twitter, you wouldn't have social media, you wouldn't watch the World Cup next year, you wouldn't watch the F1. Like, it's not a dig at Saudi Arabia, it's a dig at Newcastle, and that's what it is.
Jealousy. That's all it is, jealousy. You got people like Weirsters, like Talk Sport. You got Weirsters, big up Steve Bruce, yeah. Come out and say that he's done a wonderful job, sort of thing. We've got wonderful fans. The reason they're saying that, man, Laura, is because we give them 3 points. And now we've got a takeover. They're just completed nothing change. I get people come up since to say, look, I hope Newcastle gets relegated because we've got to take another. Well, let's be real. We're not going to get relegated.
Even if we did, though, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we'd come back up and we'd never go back down again. So if we can handle 2-3 relegations, Mike Ashley, you can handle one with these. Like, it wouldn't be the world's worst thing if we did go down, because to be fair, it would probably be the opportunity to get rid of who we need to get rid of. So I'm not fussed if we went down, because I think it's probably our only chance of a derby if Sunderland come up this year. They should be, because I don't think we're ever going to get one again with them. So it wouldn't be the end of the world for me if we went down, to be honest.
I'll be traumatized if we get relegated, man. I'll be absolutely traumatized.
I wouldn't mind.
I want to stay in the Premier League. It's going to take us a few weeks to get over it if we do get relegated. But one thing I would do, I would blame Steve Bruce and Mike Ashley for this.
Yeah. Honestly, it wouldn't be the world's worst thing, because we know that we'd be coming back up, so it doesn't matter really, even if we do.
Exactly. You're right there. Just going through a sort of thing. When our Lord, if I let come to Madrid, will be a good left back, and he'll be a lot of money. Hope you stick a stupid bid in for Kane just to unsettle him. Daniel Levy.
Do you know what? I think he'll be away this season with them. I'm not saying it us. I think he'll go abroad. I think he's unsettled now, and I think if some daft Italian or French club or even someone else, I think if they come in for him, I honestly think he'll go.
Yeah, I'd take him. I tell you what. I mean, I'd love to see Harry in Serie A. I mean, that's my favourite league, and I hope it comes to. He's going to come to Italy. I'd love to see it come to Italy.
I don't think he'll be at Spurs next season. I think he'll go elsewhere.
I think he's done.
Whether it's Man City or not, someone like Man U or Chelsea are going for him, and I think he'll go. I honestly do. I don't think he'll be there in the summer. I think he'll go.
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree with you. I think he's done there. And I've got Lewis is excellent. I thought Burnley our physical side and Lewis defended well and grafted hard to get up and pitch support their attack. Looks like it's Norwich self wasted on the boost. He's not the only person to be wasted on the boost. Joe Linton has. ASM have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those players have come back. Even Shelby, these players has come back, like you said earlier, and absolutely changed their careers.
Yeah. Good on them all. But whether at the end of the day, like part of us thinks, was he that bad of a manager, or were they just playing to get him out? And if that's the case, they shouldn't have been risking us relegation. And I think a lot of them's playing better now because they know that they're in the shop. Well, we're going to go in the shop window. So part of us thinks, I'm happy you're playing well, but then the other half thinks you could have took it on your own back to do that kind of thing, whether you were with Bruce or not. He's not making you kick the ball on the pitch; it's you. So I don't know. I think some of them could have put a lot more effort in before now, and I think a lot of them's panicking because they know that they're out the door soon.
You're right, absolutely right. And Ashley was still going to get a sack boost anyway. He's only just paid $8 million. He played a blinder. In my opinion, I think he played a blinder in because you're going to pay $8 million to get him off. But who put in that $8 million clause to get a sack anyway? That's a stupid move, man. Ridiculous, man. Know what I mean? I sounded like he got it out of way. You know what I mean? My God. And John said, I noticed today that Calvin Phillips would prefer to go to Liverpool than Man U. I think he would be a decent signing if you offer a contract to him. Calvin Phillips. I mean,
I think it'll be hard to get top players just because we're not offering Champions League or even the Europa yet. So I think we've got to be realistic. I think we'll not get anyone of Champions League quality this January or next year. I don't think. I think we'll have to build and maybe go to top 10, top 6, top 5. You know, I don't think we're going to get, unless it's crazy money, and they're going to show that player that they're going to get other players next to them of the same quality. But I think it'll be hard to drag someone away from playing Champions League.
Yeah, totally agree. We've got to be realistic and just getting decent players. Yeah. But if you forget about the elite, that's exactly what that I believe you're seeing.
If you look back at how Man City did it when they first took over, I mean, they got Mark Hughes as manager, and they had to go in for players like Robinho and stuff like that, and like they didn't get all the top ones straight away. Do you know what I mean? They had to build it. So I think it'll be the same for us.
Yeah, totally agree. It's going to take a few years before you get to all of the. I got Asif as well. Jamal Lewis has been class. You wonder why he wasn't getting any game time before. Steve Bruce has killed his career. That's a brilliant comment, by the way. It really, really is. And John, how can you blame Ashley for performances, mate? Is on these players and staff. Well, Ashley's not ambitious. We know that. He doesn't spend a lot of money. He goes in and point puppets, like such as Steve Bruce, right? You know what I mean? And he just doesn't care about the club. So what's your take on that one? I mean, I know Ginger.
At the end of the day, they were being paid a ridiculous, like Shelby, for example. What's he on? Is it 60 grand, 70 grand a week? Regardless of whoever was in charge, he should have been playing a hell of a lot better than what he was until the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I agree with that. Like, regardless of whether they had a bad manager or not, I would still go out and perform in my best ability. None of them were really, apart from the odd few. So yeah, I agree with that. They should have been playing a hell of a lot better than what they are now. And it is, part of that is because they think, shit, we're going to get took over. I'm out of a job here. I know, I'll put in a shift for the latter part of the season. And no, you should have been doing that all season. So yeah, I agree with that. They should have been playing a hell of a lot better than what they were.
Totally.
And they should have took their, regardless of whether the fitness was rubbish. Callum Wilson took it upon himself to go back to Bournemouth and get fitness plans and whatever. They should have been adult enough to think, right, we're not training enough here, but I'll train. I'll do my best. And none of them were. They took the easy route for a long time. A lot of them did.
Yeah. I totally agree. I mean, some of the players, I mean, should take responsibility. So I've always said that sort of thing. They should take responsibility. They're professional footballers and a lot of money. They should do it. If you don't want to play for a manager, please do it for the fans and for your own
I agree.
You know what I mean? So that's a fair enough comment from Ginger, by the way. Hi, John. Hope you're well. And Laston Scott, he's a Leicester City fan. And I would come on your channel, no problems at all. I'm not going to Italy now. So if you want to do a match review and you want us on there, I'd love to come on. That's no problems at all whatsoever. And bet you're looking forward to playing us. That's Leicester on Sunday. Brenda and the players have a lot to answer for this season. They've not had a good season, Leicester, at all whatsoever. They're conceding goals left, right, and centre, missing a lot of chances. I know they missed for a fan at the back, but you cannot pin your hopes on 19-year-old, to save your season sort of thing. But I've heard on the radio, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I don't know who it was, but someone said that Brendan Rodgers should have left Leicester for that opportunity and go to a better club sort of thing, such like a Tottenham, maybe it's an Arsenal sort of thing. But he stayed loyal for Leicester, and fair enough to him, yeah. And the results hasn't been gone for him. They got beat off Napoli tonight by 3-2. And I hope on Sunday, I'm not scared of Leicester now. We can go there, actually get a win.
Yeah.
And rub it in. Sorry, Scott.
I like Rodgers. I would have, if we'd gotten Rodgers, I would have been over the moon with that. I would have. I think he's a great manager.
Yes, he is, but I think he's unlucky. He's got credits in the bank. I think he should have credits in the bank as well for less that sort of thing. If you have one bad season, and I think Brendan will sort out in no time. After Sunday, that is, by the way. And the last month is from New Owen as a manager. So Bruce Susiax is slowly going away. John, I watched Jolin on training on YouTube today. He was shocking in training. He really can shoot. Fair enough. What happens if fans banned and grounds again? They will have all the money worries, putting us in a good position due to COVID. What's your take on that one there?
Well, I'm not getting jabs, so if that means I can't go, so be it. Obviously, I would like to think that they'll use their sense and just. I mean, how are you gonna? I can't see you're gonna police it, right? 60,000 people or whatever turning up 10 minutes before the game. You're not going to have time to go, right, let's have a look at your medical history. Let's have a look. I can't see how they're going to police it. Do you know what I mean? And so, I don't know. Hopefully, you've just got to show negative or something like that. Maybe that would be our deal. But you're just punishing the people who don't want to have it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's very what it is. So I went to the Lazio Juve game a couple of weeks ago, right? So I'm in Rome, and I was told I've got a green pass. I haven't got a green pass for the Italian way, but the guy called Scott, and he's a Lazio fan. He's on Twitter, and basically, he looked at us and said, "Have you took me look at my phone and said, going there." Did that, and had to go to NHS COVID pass and got on that way sort of things. So as I got in. One of the stewards said to him, "Yeah, how did you get in?" I told him, "Oh, you're police officer." So we had a laugh about the sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then looked at it, showed to him how it worked. And he just like, "Oh, okay, sort of thing." I kind of went in because the atmosphere when Juve comes on is absolutely fantastic sort of thing. Yeah. Juve won by 2-0. And let's hope that, I'm really pleased to get in the stadium. So I got Moguls. Well, injury could be a long term according to Italy. Today's news. So if you stay up, bid for him in the summer, sell him the project or trust the process, as I keep saying. Sell him the project. What do you think? Would you take Calvin Phillips at Newcastle? Sell him the project?
Nah, not really.
Fair enough. I don't think anyone.
I think anyone who's had injury. I know it's hard to get someone who hasn't had an injury, but. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think we need a younger team. Like
He's
the guy
young,
said earlier on. No,
like,
but like, just fit, raring to go, ready for the season, no issues. Not someone who we're gonna spend more time like getting off the treatment table. Do you know what I mean?
I do, and I've got. So I've got 36 people watching live. I did have 39 people watching live. Please smash the likes up, yeah. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and also keep this comments coming through. We're going to go for another 15 minutes or so. And I don't think anyone's played against Bruce out. I think Bruce lost the dressing room on the training ground. Look at Wilson wanted to join a personal gym just to stay fit. They were dejected, how in all day long. I mean, he only trains 2-3 days a week, Bruce, and he doesn't do takes, he doesn't do full-time sort of thing, and it's just crazy, man, absolutely crazy. John, Newcastle tried to offer Lingard 200 grand a week. That's a lot more than he has, and as his wage means something. The guy's 29, he'll be 29 soon. John, it took City 4 years before they won, which is fair enough. He's right there, but you got to be patient, sort of. I don't expect them to win the title in 2 seasons. It's going to take a long time. You need to progress. Stop winning cups and just build on from there. Every player on the boost should take responsibility on the performance because it's a team game. We win together, we lose together. No one in the team. That's what Johnny K. John, we spent a lot of money. Sorry, yes, recruitment was bad, but we spent 150 million in the last 2 years. That's why I boost, buddy. I love my team. It's my life. Apart from work, but fans needs to see performances, not names. Is he right?
Yeah. And like I say, I don't think we're going to get any big names at first. I think he'll buy well. And you know what? I don't think he's going to go crazy in January, simply for the reason we don't know whether they're going to bring in this rule to stop sponsors, blah blah blah, all that shit that going on about this. We might need to hold some of that money back for the summer. Do you know what I mean? So I think there'll only be 1 or 2 max in January, and then I think we'll go for the bigger ones in the summer. So yeah. Team players that are going to improve. If Jesse Lingard is going to knock those 4 or 5 places up the league, then yes, give him 200 grand a week all day long. Do you know what it is? If he's going to do it, if he did Russ what he did at West Ham, fair enough. I give him that. I've got no issues with that.
Yeah, fair do. And I've got Mughal as well. It was Cabbage backroom staff, Tyndall and all Eddie coaches are more involved in training within 5 minutes. That's the likes of Agnew spent our season. He's right there. He's easy to blame Ashley, in my opinion. If you know your club lacks ambition, that trickles down to the players and you accept mediocre effort. That said, that doesn't let players off the hook either. That's true.
I agree.
Problem is, Bruce always said, especially our opponents are great and never a word about our players. And that left our players with no confidence in mapping. He's right. Truls is right. He uses his press conference, right? He picks up the WF team, right, every single week, And players just don't like it. We don't like it neither. Eddie Howe goes in there, talks about our team for about half an hour, 35 minutes, right? Stevens goes in there for about 10 minutes, and that is it, sort of thing. You know what I mean? He keeps saying, well, you know, we're going to try. I mean, Jason Tyndall did a press conference a couple of weeks ago, and I tell you what, he was so spot on, 110%. He was better than his boosts anyway, and he's assistant manager there. For me, any players worth their salt and leave instead of greed, do right by the club and fans after they give you the hopes and dreams. For me, I rate 4 players and the rest are robbing a living. That's Ginger. I bet this comes quickly before we go and talk about Sunday's game. Yeah, I agree with that one. I've got Andy as well. We are Stephen Giant. It's war time now. Step aside the big 4, big 6. Here we come. Soon on. We got to be patient, Andy. 42 people watching live. Please do smash the like button. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. That's not bad, isn't it? 42 people watching live, isn't it? Lauren, isn't it?
Not bad for a Thursday night, no.
Yeah, bless. I got Brendan bought on another kick in Andy's. If it's farming, he will be getting hounded by the media right now. We are very nice to media in our company, sort of thing. Yeah. And he just here. And I got see John, I'll get people follow Eddie Howe. I have my doubts. But I say I'll give him 2 years, and I will. But I don't trust these players and down twos a lot. I think these players, all we got to do, give Eddie time, give him a chance, listen, and that's all it's all about. Do you know what I mean? Just give him time. I am. John, and that's do you really think Howe signed these players? I think it will be the PIF. Of course, they want their big names like when City got Common and Robinho. Can you imagine going in there and bought on a big name player behind Eddie Howe's back? What's going to happen?
No, I don't think they will. I think they'll do it properly. Obviously, I think it will change if we get a director of football, but he'll have a say. Like, I genuinely don't think that they'll treat him like that. I think they've got a lot of respect for him. He's the only one who took the job, isn't he? Let's be honest. How many people came out and said that they wouldn't take it? Nah, I don't think they'll do that to him. I genuinely don't think Amanda does business that way. I think she's been very lovely how she's handled herself so far, and I think they'll sit down together. I honestly do think that.
I think she's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So many communications as well, which I think is fantastic. She's done more communication than Mike Ashley did in 14 years. Could you believe that?
Yeah.
Unbelievable,
Yeah.
Ted. Unbelievable, Jeff. The hands of PIF both these nations, I totally agree. 100%. Great show, John. Take care. Thanks for the donations as well, Jules. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed, my guy. And take care, have fun, have a great eat. Thank you very much. Just so we've been person, we try, but these players can't seem to find cohesion. There are lots of overlaps in the bottle decision. A lot I've watched. Excuse me, fair enough. Damn, John, what's good a player that he'll not come to us drinking game? I don't drink. Number one. Number two, I haven't drunk for 17 years now. Is it? No, it's like 36 years I've not been drinking, which is absolutely amazing. I'm 52. Unbelievable, Jack. And damn, John, what's good play? You're not coming to Newcastle game tonight, and you haven't said it once. Fair enough. I say him trust the process more than that. John, Eddie Howe is head coach, and he's not the manager. Yeah, fair enough. They say he's head coach. That's fair enough. Bruce is only there to keep things ticking over. Tick, tick, tick. The players reflect the manager's ambition. Very, very true. That's how you said. Also at Sunday's game between Leicester and Newcastle, we go there having won and eventually won the game. And what formation would you play? And do you think Eddie will change things up?
No, I think he should start exactly how we ended last match. Like start with the same players. Obviously, if he needs to have an impact sub, fair enough. But I think we should start exactly how. I think all of them who were on the pitch that last week warrant another goal this week. Yeah, I wouldn't change anything. I would have it the same.
Yeah, that's fair enough. For me, I'll definitely keep the same. I don't think Federico or Fernandez is going to come in because our back four's playing a bit better now and not being funny. But I love Federico. I just can't see him coming in sort of thing, unless Jamal or Fabian gets injured, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's sad, but for me, I think we can go there full of confidence as well. We won there last season. Let's be real. And if we can just get someone out of the game, just something, and close down Jamie Vardy, stop him from playing, and Lee Madison not playing very high, then hopefully we can go there and win the game. I think the Leicester back four are poor. They're seeing lots of goals. And if Callum Wilson have a fantastic day, and ASM fix up with his performances because he's been poor for the last few games, then believe you and me, I think we can go out there and actually win the game. And if we can do that, that'd be amazing. And we need to play like James Ward-Prowse from free kicks. I'd take him all day long. Rumours has it, Bruce is starting to plug behind the scenes, making the signings. Howe's just in just for the cameras as an elite.
John, I'm going to have to say bye. My lift save I didn't think would be on this late tonight, and I'm getting picked up to go out. So I'm going to have to say farewell to you all, and nice to see you again. And
you too.
We'll definitely do another one.
Definitely. If I let it go quickly, I mean, who's been the manager of the season? And give us a score prediction, by the way.
Ooh, 2-1 to us. But one of them will be a penalty or something like that. I don't think we'll score two off the bell. I think we'll get something right at the end or something. Yeah. Listen, that's 2-1.
2-1. That's fair enough. And did you enjoy coming on with Short?
Lovely. Always a pleasure. And I'll definitely stay longer next time. But I can see she's going like that. This is serial. So
no, get yourself away. You have to go. But listen,
all right, lovely.
Dave. Take care.
All right, take care. Bye.
You too. Ciao. Yeah, that was Laura, by the way, and she's a massive Newcastle fan, and she's it's the second time she's been on. She's absolutely amazing. I'm just going to go through a few comments very, very quickly before I jump on another show in the next 5 minutes or so, and just go through. John at Ginger's Lanzwan at Merchants. Well, could be John. Still blind as Amanda are not owned as we've had this chat. She speaks on behalf of. Yes, yeah. Sorry, he makes all decisions because he holds somebody. Remember, he wanted Emery as well, and he wouldn't come anywhere. And Trippier would be set piece if we can get him. That's a Mortal. I'm going to find this comment for I go. And Chesire, we do not need big name players just for clout. We need players, sports analysts. There were Liverpool scouts for them. Salah went under the radar for years, but it was sports analysts who rediscovered him. And see what you mean, Ginger. I just go for it very, very quickly, sort of thing. And yeah, just gonna go. What are you on about? If you're talking shite, that's Dublin. Says John, what's the next show? You're going to go on the European football with Paul the Team Review. That's going on in the next 9 minutes or so at 9 o'clock. I'll you jump on that. So yeah, so it'll be fantastic. So please join us for that on the Team Review show at 9 o'clock. I hope she'll be there. And just you know, I'm gonna wrap it up, guys, sort of thing, which I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do the press conference reaction tomorrow. I could be doing an early one tomorrow, by the way, because I'm off work, sort of things. It won't be a late one. I'll probably do one in the afternoon about 3 o'clock. So I'll be doing a press conference reaction at 3 o'clock. And also, I'm going to do other things as well. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to do a watch along on Sunday against Leicester. I think it's a 2 o'clock kickoff, by the way. So let us know on that one if it's a 2 o'clock kickoff. So check us out for that. And yeah, the problem is just is 8% of Newcastle fans are taking shite so long they had to say we have money. But as the PIF investment money, we have to be aware that won't give it all to us. Thanks, I'll be there. Cheers, there. Join us anytime from 10 past 1. I'll be on 10 past 1 for the watch along, and the press conference reaction will be at 3 o'clock. So check us out for that. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Leicester are for the ticket, and if we can neutralise the set piece Sunday, and that's the Nigel. Guys, thanks for joining, by the way. I'm going to go. I'm going to wrap it up here. And if you do like the video, please smash the likes up. Do subscribe. You know the drill. I'll go on Paul's channel at 9 o'clock for the European round up. And do join us for that. And we'll go Forza Survey app players. We should be targeting in January. That's the next show. I'll jump across. Please do. I should tell you for that. Send us that comment again, right, on Paul's show, and I will tell you. And I should tell you who we should be getting so they are. And we should go from that. Listen, guys, thanks for joining, and have a fantastic evening. And do join us at 9 o'clock. And until then, have a fantastic evening. And I'll wheel the lads, Charles.